topics for today is number one, we are going to talk about templates. What are templates? Why we need it? How do we create it? Within that, we'll talk about the slide master. Within that, we'll talk about the insert placeholder, what it does for us, and how to create new layouts, how to work with themes, how to work or how to load, how to customize themes, create new themes, and work with XML files, which is basically for colors. Time left, we'll start working with something called smart art. So this is the agenda for today. What are templates? So whenever, I don't know how many of you notice, but when you go to home and whenever you're trying to create a new slide, on the top also you see all these 3D float design, modern blue presentation, Chrodic, all these things that you see on the top. What are these? These are templates only. And there are many more. So it's not just one template is there. There are a lot of templates, and depending on what you want. Like if you want something related to charts, so they are going to have these templates that are ready. For example, I would like this pitch deck, or I like this modern design. All I have to do is click on the template, click on create, and it creates that template for me. Okay. Now, what are the things that you have in the template? These are all pre-designed various kind of slides, and they are showing you different things. Like for company overview, something like this can be used. So in template, their design is fixed, but what you guys can change is these are called placeholders, in which you can go and you say, instead of saying company overview, I can write it as Ivy's overview. So I can modify it. Over here, the date is not given, so I can go and put 2022. Pitch deck title is not given, so I can do business introduction. Right? And it will give you various things. Like this one you can use, so you can change the icons. We worked on the icons. You can change the text over there. You will see there are text box that are created. And all these kind of things, these come inside a template. So they will give you all, different type of slides that you can use for working. So PowerPoint itself has a lot of templates if you look at it. And one good thing about template is sometimes I like the design of the template, but I don't like the color of the template. So I can change those things. And sometimes I want to play around a little bit with the design elements. So that again, we will talk about today, how you can change a bit of design elements in your template. So how you can get a template, then how you can change the templates to make your own template out of it, and so on and so forth. So this template is about charts. So you will see a lot of things regarding charts, like over here, the key matrix, a table has been given, a column chart has been given, timeline has been given. So this is a beautiful way of giving a timeline rather than giving a typical one. A table has been given. The team with some photos have been given. So it's not necessary we need to keep this photo. We can always right click and change the picture and pick any picture and replace it. So these are called placeholders. So when you talk about templates, all these are called the placeholders. And with the placeholders, you can change things around. Right? So we would like to create a template or something on these lines today. What are the advantages of creating templates like this? For example, there may be 3 or 4 type of reports that you are sending out to the clients, correct? One is like a monthly report, one may be like a daily report you're sending, or weekly report you're sending, one may be to acquire a new customer. That is one thing. Second thing is, depending on who my client is, what type of client, if I have a retail client versus if I have, let's say, a bank that I'm working with, versus let's say if I have a healthcare education. So I might have different templates for them. And templates, colors and all will also depend on the client's color, more on the client's color rather than what my preferences are. So because of this, it is a good idea to learn how to create templates and then keep the templates ready for you with you. Whenever you are working on a particular type of report, you can quickly click on the template and start working. So your work becomes faster and it's little consistent. You're not wasting too much time in designs, changing the font colors, font size, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, where do these templates get created? At Ivy also we have templates. Huh? This is our template. So few things that we want to practice, the size, the color, how the heading should be. This is our template. The logos, how the logo has to appear. So in template, what also is fixed is the kind of layouts that you have. These are called the layouts. We already spoke about layouts. So it's not that these are the only fixed layouts. We can create new layouts depending on how I want to present my data. Okay. So the outline for session 2 is going to be like I discussed. I'm going to put it over here. Copy my topics. Hopefully my copy paste works today. All right. So you see how when I used this template, automatically the color, the fonts, everything self-adjusted to themselves. Now, where do you create such templates? We are going to create templates in something called Slide Master. Now, where is Slide Master? Slide Master happens to be in view on the top over here. And this is your Slide Master. So let's understand what Slide Master has. Once you go to the Slide Master, what you will see if you scroll to the very top, there is one big slide on the top. This is kind of a master slide for all the slide. What I mean by that is whatever changes you bring about in this master slide automatically gets reflected in all the other slides as well. So what are the things that I should be doing over here? Things like setting my footer can be set over here. Like over here, we have a copyright of Ivy put over here. The logo of Ivy can be over here. So things like this we can set in our master slide. So just to give you a small example, let's say I'm going to insert a simple image, a small photo, shape, sorry. So once I insert this shape, are you able to notice that irrespective of what is the layout, the shape has been inserted to all, right? And it's not that the shape is going to stay over here. Once I close it, all my slides would have that particular shape in it. But what is the beauty of when you're working in a slide master versus putting a shape in a normal PPT? You will see now this is kind of an embedded image at the back. I can't click on it, I can't delete it, I can't change it. So all these designs that you're looking at, right? These are not clickable. You can't click, you can't delete. But if I went to view and I went to slide master, now you will see I am able to pick each and every design element. Why? Because this is where it gets designed. So this image is not one image. If you see, it's a bunch of images put together to create it. Similarly, over here, you will see what are these? These are the what we were talking about, the placeholders. So placeholders were created. These are all individual design elements. This is individual elements put together. So this is what is the role of a slide master. Now in slide master, what all should we be doing? So we are going to create templates using Slide Master. What all do you think we should consider while doing it? So what all we are going to do in a Slide Master is we are going to first of all we can fix multiple things. First thing let's talk about is the fonts. Like over here, everywhere in Ivy slide, we have a fixed font. We use Calibri throughout in our Word documents, in our Excel documents, in our PPTs, and our headers are also always 44. Then if you see at the bottom, again, we use Calibri, but body. And over here, there are varying sizes. This can also be fixed. So it's Calibri 28, followed by 24, followed by 20, followed by 18, and then 18. We don't think going below 18 is a very good idea because the readability gets affected quite a bit. So 18 is the last font size that we will use at Ivy. And then the colors. Then I want the colors to be blue, and then I want gray, then I want light gray, then I want black, and how my bullets are going to be. So I'm going to set, first thing I set in my slide master is my font style. What do I want the font style? I'll fix my font colors. I'll fix my font size, and I'll fix my bullet styles. Okay, so just to, I'm going to keep on, can I request everyone to go to the slide master, open an empty slide and go to the slide master. So we are going to work on the font size, the font, what do you say, font size, font color. Then we want to talk about what? I forgot. Font size, bullets, bullet style, and the colors and font for the bullets also. Right? Then we work on, we are going to put logo, right? And any design element. So let's go to our slide master. Let's try to follow what Ivy does. So we are going to put in the top, make sure the slide master reflects the way my slides are. And on the top, also insert a logo. How do you insert a logo? That we have already done. We can go to insert in picture. You can take it from this device, go down, and then pick the logos. You can pick any company's logo. And when you're putting logo, just one piece of advice, you have to see that you do not cut any images, any designs elements that you're putting. You have to ensure that you don't cut the other elements of it. So placing it in this fashion is a good thing or a bad thing that I've done. If it's an extended header because a placeholder is over here, then it's not good. So what I can do, I can adjust the existing placeholders also. I can make space for my new design elements by adjusting the old placeholder. So it's not necessary whatever the placeholder is, I have to, it's not a bonding that it has to be fixed. I can move it around. But one thing that people do is write over here. Writing in Slide Master has no effect in the front end. You can write whatever you want, it doesn't really matter. So typically what you should leave your slide master, what you should write in the placeholder is things that will help the person to understand what kind of data to put over here. Like it says click data to edit master title slide. This kind of work will do. One more thing, while you're creating this thing, you are observing that I have a lot of logos kept somewhere else apart from this logo that I've got. Now, if I don't want this logo of the master slide, then I can also click on this thing called hide the background graphics. When I do the hide the background graphics in each and every, when I'm picking in a particular layout, then I can also manipulate what's on the slide master because by default it will pass on to others. But if I don't want it on the other slides, I can always do the hide background graphic. So create any bullet style for yourself. It may not be dots for you. It may be 1A dot something something. So create your own bullet style. How you can create your own bullet style? You can select a bullet. And when you go to your home over here, you can give different styles. Let's say if I wanted to start with a 1, I can make it 1. I can go to the second level and I can go back again over here. Now I want, let's say A, I can do that. So all these bullet levels, you can adjust the colors and everything. If you want, you can easily adjust it. In your slide master, you also have these, when you click over here, I have the headers and footers. In case it is not there, you can go to insert. On the top, you will get header and footer and you decide what all you want. Like I have slide numbers, I've got a footer, I've written what is going to be in my footer. If you want a date and time, you can. And over here, I want the page numbers. If I wanted a header to be there, I can click on it and insert the header as well. What is the use of these headers and footers again? Some consistent text that you want on all the slides, like something like a copyright, something related to your client. If you want to put what project report you're talking about, what campaign you're talking about, all these can go in your footers or can go to your headers. But don't have too many like text floating in your slides. That's also a bad design then. So just to make sure you all are getting comfortable, I'm not taking my slide, view, slide master, going to the main slide. Some header footers are always there. And if I go to insert and header footer, I can make changes. Like in footer, I can click, I can type in everything. I can say do not show title on the slide because this is my master slide. So do not show on the title slide. Title slide is the first slide of the presentation. So if I don't want to show all these things, makes sense. I'll take it. If I want the slide numbers, I have to check the slide numbers and I can do apply to all. And over here, I have the page numbers. If I wanted a header, if I want date and time, apply to all. And as a result, you see the date is coming, Ivy Professional School is coming, the page number would be coming. I'm hoping to make this PowerPoint presentation today with you guys. This is what I would want as an end result to be for today's session. And all these are going to be different, what do you call, layouts. So we'll have different layouts. We'll fix the color scheme to make this. If you want any kind of background images to be there in your master slides or any kind of image that is going to go in your master slide, that is also something we can insert. We can have some, like, I'm just going to put a stock image over here. And let's say something like this I wanted to be in the background, right? So obviously we can adjust these. And once you are in your, I can reduce the transparency, right? And this can become a standard background for my slides. So now when I close my master slide, all my slide has this background behind it. So sometimes when you see backgrounds, any slide deck that you will pick, any kind of slide that you will pick, you will see this background will always be there. So we can set the backgrounds also in the slide master. If I want to change the slide size, this is a place we change the slide size. So this is a wide screen. Typically, we are using this at Ivy these days. This is a typical practice that we are seeing across corporate, that wide screen is used rather than a standard. And if you want to customize the slide size, you can do it over here. You can increase the width and the height. You can decide it's going to be portrait or a landscape. So the size is fixed over here. All right, now couple of things. It's not necessary that I can have only one slide master in one template. I can have multiple slide masters in a template. So again, if you go back over here, you will see that sometimes the background colors are changing. There are one set of background colors and there are other set of background colors which you are having. So what we can do, and all the design elements are changing in all the slides. So it's not necessary that we can only have one slide master. While you're working in a slide master, you can insert a new set of slide masters. And if there are any layouts that you're not using, you can get rid of that also. Let's say we are not going to use to comparison at all, or I'm not going to use this particular one. I can go ahead and delete the thing. So I can insert a slide master, and what it does as a result of it, it inserts another slide master over here, and all the layouts that you see on the top are also there. So let's say these two are I'm never going to use, so I'm going to delete it. This one I might use something like this. I might use this. I might use, yes, all these I might use, but the bottom two I'm never going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and delete them. Then over here, another way, and you can name your slide master so that it's easier for you to remember. So I can name this as, like, say, blue, plain, something like this. And on the top, I can write it as, let's say, pink. Okay, so these two slides are there. Another way that we can create a slide master and not work too hard on the design elements, the choice of colors and all those things, is by working with an existing theme. You can create themes. Like yesterday, I created this theme for one of the demonstrations, and there are already a lot of themes that are available over here. All may not be, exactly what we want, but let's say this is something that I like, this theme, and I click, and automatically it applies this theme to the second slide master that I have. And in this slide master also, let's say I don't want these two, so I go ahead and delete it. Now, whatever we are putting over here, a theme is always accompanied by colors, is accompanied by font, it's accompanied by effects. So theme is not just that a background color gets applied, it has a lot to do with what are the color combinations that will be used when you drop your shapes, and what font sizes are being used, what is the effect when you're dropping any pictures, what kind of effect will be applied on top of it. And again, once you've picked a theme for your slide master, you can still make changes to this. So if I wanted to add some design elements, I can. If I don't like this color that I see over here, and if I wanted a different color, let's say I wanted a little and as in when you're hovering on top of it, it is showing you what kind of colors it's going to impart. So okay, aspect, in between I got something. Okay, let's say this is a theme color I want. If I want to change I want, let's say, Arial to be there throughout, so I can make this change. If I want the effect, I want glow edges to be there when I'm putting the images over there. Now, when I close it, and when you are creating any new slide, you will see that you're not just getting one, the pink bubbles are there, you are also getting the blue plane also. So over here, when you are selecting in the new slide, so we have multiples, right? I've got 3 themes right now running over here. So if I selected, let's say, title and slide, this slide can also come up. So it's not just one slide master we can have multiple slide masters over here. I'll also tell you some websites where these kind of templates are already pre-made. A lot of people sell the templates by creating new templates. Free templates are there, very nice templates that you can use. Now comes a very important part. Why I'm saying it's important part, because if you see these, do you see these what do you call layouts? Are they the typical layouts that you get? You have both the layouts, right? You have the layout which is which you get when you open any uh, PowerPoint, and this layout. Do you see the difference? This is not a typical thing that you will get. So if I want to use this one, if I go ahead and use this kind of layout, like this one is there. So I have these things, and I can put a table over here. I can put an image over here. So these are very different layouts. So how do you create a different layout? Again, creation of the layout is also done in the slide master. So how do we create a layout? Let's see. Let's say I want to create a new layout for this theme. So once I've selected, you will see insert layout comes up. We can click on insert layout. Now, what do I want? I don't want anything to be there. I'm going to build the layout from scratch. Okay. So all this is done through inserting the placeholders in this slide. I'm going to remove my... So I can go to the placeholder. What I want on the top is a text to begin with. So then you can draw this text. Let's say this is my text that comes up, and I can delete all these things, and I can say what a person should be putting over here. I would want, and what is a font size. Let's increase the size to 44, and I'm going to write, and I want this to be all caps, right? And I want this to be title of the slide to be there, right? Then I have the text. So again, I'll go to my master slide, placeholder. I need a text once again. I'm going to make sure they are aligning well. This is the space I want to give. And again, over here, I can write observations. If you want the bullets, if you don't want the bullets, you can decide that. What should be the size? Let's decide this as I want 36, or they were not too big. Let's say 28 is the size of the observations. I can move this placeholder. Then I had a table. So again, I'm going to go to the master slide, going to go to this, then I had a table. So I'm going to insert a table right over here. This is a space I want to give to the table. And then I want to insert a placeholder for a chart. So then I want a chart to be here. Right? So we have created a new layout. So I'm going to close it. And how do we use it? Let's say we want to use this new layout that we have created. So at the bottom, you see the custom layout is there. I could name it also. And now we can easily put the title of the slide. So keyword performance, observations can go over here. Then I have the table. So once I click, it is going to ask me how many rows and columns do you want? Let's say I want 3 and I want 5. So the table gets inserted, right? And all this is coming from theme, the colors and everything. And then I want a chart to be there. Let's say I want a bar chart that, or a column chart is what you guys had. So I want a chart to be here. So automatically all these elements come into a proper place. So what is the advantage of creating such a layout is then all your slide look consistent in terms of sizing, in terms of the color consistency, alignment. You don't have to work with it anymore. You don't have to work with the styles individually on the each slide or copy paste, duplicate, and then edit it anymore. So these kind of placeholders are created. And once a layout is created, now let's say this space is looks like little cramped up from my chart. So it's not that you can't move around the things. You can still move around the placeholders, but it kind of creates a proper area for you to drop. It knows what kind of content it is looking for. So that kind of becomes an advantage. Now, how do you customize the themes that we are looking at? How do you customize these themes? So anytime you can go to design and you will see there are a lot of themes already built in, and you can also customize it. Now, how do you customize? Let's say I pick this as my theme, but I don't want the green color to be there. That's not my company's color. So I can go to the variants. In variants, it is going to show me different colors that I can pick. My company is more of orange and blue. So I'll try to pick something which gives orange and blue shade over here. So I can click over here. I can in fact go and customize the color further by clicking customize colors. And even though this is closer to the orange and blue, but this is exactly not ivy blue. So I might click over here and change the color even further. Right now, once I've created this template for myself and I feel, yes, this is what I wanted, even though this logo is interfering with my design, this is not very nice. So ideally, I would have to shift my logo on the left side to work with this design template. And if I wanted to change the font or the sizes or the background style, if I want to give it like a darker theme, something like this. So from an existing template, you have created a new template, right? How I've created a new template, I've changed the background, I've changed the colors. In the color also, I've further customized. Now this also, you can save the current theme. So once you made changes to the existing template, you can save that as a new theme. And once you click on it, you will see it will take you to a specific folder of Microsoft in this particular area. Don't change the location, because this is where it can pick things and it gets embedded in your PowerPoint permanently. So this is, let's say, for example, I'm going to name it Shani Demo and autosaves and make it. Got it. Now, what happens as a result of it? If I'm opening a new PowerPoint presentation, I want to start with the theme that is already there. So you see the theme is already existing. So I can click on the theme and I can start working. Okay. Now what you guys also need to understand that when you're changing themes, the themes also changes any layout that you've created. So if this, in this particular theme, if the layouts that I created, if it's not there, those, all the layouts that you created will not exist in that theme. So when you talk about theme consists of what? It consists of your layouts, the custom layouts that you've created, any kind of design elements you're putting, any color changes you're bringing, background changes you're bringing. Those things are a part of your theme. So theme does not only mean color, and you can't retain the layouts. So layout, everything is a part of the theme. So I would say first work, create a theme, create your, insert the layouts that you want, then save the theme so that it becomes more usable for us. So this is how you work with the themes. All right. Sometimes we want to make some fancy, um, sometimes you have those stylish images that you will see. You have new kind of shapes that you have not seen before, like these, something like this. These are cutting each other. How do you create shapes like that? So we can go to the slide master, view, slide master, and let's say I'm going to insert a new layout over here. I want to delete it. I'm going to delete all elements. Okay. So this theme is already there. If you want to change something about it, you can. And I am going to place a placeholder of a picture. And I am going to create another shape on top of it. And kind of rotate it. Oh, hold on. Insert. Forgot to press my shift key. That's why it didn't look proper. And now when I rotate it, all right. And then when you have two things like this, you can overlay them, select both of them, and you will see in shape format, you get a very interesting thing. Like you can create a union, you can create combine, you can have fragment, you can have intersect, you can have subtract, right? So all these kind of things we can have and create new shapes out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this smaller. Control Z. Move it inside it. Oh, shift. Make it bigger. Or you can have this shape already created. Let's do the other way around, which is easier. So one thing is you can create new shapes out of this by placing multiple shapes. I have this and I have, let's say, I'm going to put another shape of copy paste like this, copy paste like this. Let's change the colors. And going to select all. And then I can play around with this part. So if I create a union, I'll get this. Otherwise, I can get this. And this is altogether a new shape that got created. So you can create new design elements using this part of shapes. Right? Again, if I go back, shape, and fragment, intersect, subtract. So all these things, you can create new shapes out of it. Okay, this is one. Second is that if I wanted to insert a shape, I'm going to use my shift key, turn it around. Okay, and I'm going to insert a picture inside it. Right? And again, you can control G and group it. Group itself. Control C, Control V, kind of create. Just trying to show you how people make these fancy, you know, things that we really enjoy working with, and it's not in our PowerPoint presentation. So let's say copy, move it up. How many of it I created? Oh man. And these kind of picture holders I can put everywhere. Sorry, I'm being a little clumsy today, it seems. Okay, finally. So now when this layout is ready, I don't see the picture. And let's say this is one of the layouts that I have, right? Once you click over here, now everything is pre-made. So if I want to insert a picture over here, I'm just going to use a stock image. Automatically the area gets filled.